Welcome to my No Man's Sky survival series, and here we are. We're down on this icy planet. Just come outside and I'll show you. Environment will come up. It's really cold down here, and what I've been doing for the last nearly four and a half hours is wandering around this planet, making cash so that I can get a new ship. And just to show you, see, I've now got 7.3 million. I think at the end of the last part I had something like 550,000. And I thought I'd start this video with talking a little bit about making cash in the game. And what I'm going to be talking about now is not the advanced making cash where you can make 100 million an hour by farming and other things. This is the basic income. What you need to do is build up enough to buy a ship. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a min-max player. Go away, Mr. Sentinel. I tend to just pick up enough to be going along with. I mean, that's the way I actually live anyway. I'm not a person who chases money as such, but I thought it'd be useful just to talk about the various ways of making cash. And I'm going to start with a tip from Phil Silvers, and that is probably one of the major sources of income when you actually at this level of the game, and that is actually looking for buried technology. Oh, that's one there. What you actually need to do is just tag that. When I'm making money, I have to admit, I prefer icy planets because, one, they've got plenty of carbon on. They can be a bit short on sodium, but they also have lots of caves. And when I move on to the next way to make money, having the caves will make sense. Of course, we're going to need to change to our terrain manipulator. It says we're here, and if we blast down here, if I grab the tech module here, we'll see that it says salvage technology ×3, and if I come in here into the exosuit, you will see, well, I've got 9 here, so because I've been already gathering some up here, and you can see there each one of these is worth 50,000 units, so there's 450,000 units there. Now, the downside of looking for tech modules is that in each location you're normally lucky to find 2 sites, so in order to make money this way, you've got to carry plenty of fuel with you so that you can hop from one location to the next. So that's something to bear in mind, and I think we'll see if we can uncork the damaged machinery. I haven't got any pure ferrite. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about that. You can see I've got loads and loads of sodium. So that is what I would say is the biggest money earner, and Phil Silvers is quite right with saying that. Now, there are other ways as well, especially if you've got a planet with caves, and we're just going to go over to these caves and go down into the caves. Now, there's an advantage of working in caves is the fact that if you actually get down into a cave, then you will have environmental protection. Yeah, if you're going to be jumping between locations to find buried technology, you really want to keep your fuel situation up. And this is another good source of income. These are Albion Pearls. Now, they don't earn as much as buried technology, but the advantage you get with Albion Pearls is you can find a lot more of them. So we can just come in here like this. You can see I've just picked up 5 of those, and so I've got 12 of those, and these are 45,000, so you can see that's another 90, just over 100,000. And I need to top my thermal protection up. And if I can find a cave, then there's got to be a cave around here. There's a cave in here. We'll go and check that down here. Now, when in caves, you've got to watch out for the hazardous plants. There's no... Oh, come on, game. Oh, we can come down this way. But the advantage is, if you've got a laser with reasonable range, you can actually mine the hazardous plants like this. And you can see you can actually get sodium from them. Now, once you're down in a cave like this, it's very easy to just wander around and look for various items. This isn't much of a cave actually, is it? But be aware that it's very easy to actually get lost. Great. obviously I'm not doing very well with the caves here. Normally they go on a lot deeper than this, but then this is what happens when you put down in a random location. Nothing's ever guaranteed in No Man's Sky. Can't think I see any more caves. There's a cave over there. I think we've been through that, haven't we? Well, we'll just have a little bit more look through this cave system here. I think if we go in this way, where probably, oh no, and there we are. You can see there's some more Albion Pearls down here, so we can grab that here. Grab these. So, as I said, these aren't a major source of income, but if you collect enough of these, they will mount up and you will make a few 100,000. And I think this is the way to make money, is not to go after something specific. You just grab as many of these as possible. Eventually it will come up and say inventory full, but I don't really want to fill my inventory up too much. I think that's enough. I want to leave one slot because I want to talk about another way to make cash, and that is actually here. So you've got cobalt here. If I mine some cobalt, now again, one of the advantages of mining cobalt is it can be used as a resource for unlocking damaged machinery, but cobalt is a fairly valuable resource. So even if you're not finding Albion Pearls, if you mine up some cobalt, if I just get here, and also the other advantage is that you can do this underground, so you're not actually consuming resources. And I think I'm just gonna grab this. Yeah, and if you see here, cobalt is, I mean, there's only 51 cobalt there, but we've already got 10,000 units. And what you can do then is convert the cobalt into ionized cobalt, which will then increase the value. So mining cobalt is quite a good way to actually gather resources there that way as well. I mean, I'm not going to spend that much time doing it, guys, because obviously I want to move on with this series. And the way I prefer to actually make cash, guys, is just quite literally mix and match as I do it. I mean that's the way I've always found. So what we're going to do is, I think I need to recharge this mining beam, and I've actually picked up on a tip left by North Fury. He suggested that I actually get the advanced mining laser, and I did actually go out and get that. And I think that the two key elements will also help you make money. One is getting the advanced mining laser and the hazmat gloves, because that allows you to gather more valuable resources. So I've kind of covered the two easiest ways to make money, but of course there's also the other way to make money, which goes on continuously, and that is scanning. I mean, when you're out and about, scan everything. I mean, I've scanned a lot of stuff on this planet already because I've been wandering around here for so long, and it's something you want to remember, guys, is scan everything, creatures, plants, minerals, because every time you scan something you make money. And of course there are upgrades for items to be scanned. I think I've filled this up quite now. Yeah, I mean, I could get rid of the silver. I mean, 10 silver's probably not that much. And what I probably could do is just send some of these 5. I think the starship only allows 5, yeah. And I probably could do it. So if you were there, and again, if see here with the chromic metal. Now I've made chromic metal because I need it for going on. But again, chromic metal, which is made from copper, is another good way to make money. Anyway, I think that's it. I don't want to drag this out too long. This isn't going to be a video on how to make money. I just thought I'd just cover those key points before we go up onto the space station. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the fact that with the 1.57 update, they've now changed the rules related to launch thrusters. One of these will charge this completely, and for now in survival mode you get 2 takeoffs per charge. So they've effectively got rid of the 1-to-1 ratio. And the effect of that is that it means that there's more encouragement now to get out and explore, and I've got to find the space station. Because this is the final tip in when you're actually making caches in the early game, especially in the early game, is choose the planet nearest the space station so that you can come up to the space station to sell your collected items. Obviously, because you've got limited inventory space. I know you can go wandering around the surface looking for trading stations, but the easiest way is choose a planet close to the trading station. It means that once you fill up your inventory and the time comes to sell it and make the cash, you can just come up to the space station here and offload it. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. And what I want to do now is actually come here. I think we'll use the terminal over here. And yeah, the terminal's over there, so we're just going to dump off what we sell off, and well, we've got some sulfuring now. Sell that off. I mean, it's not making any money. You can see there. So we've got 9 salvage technology. That's going to give us that amount of money. And we get another 136,000 from the Albion Pearls, and another 43,000. So that gives us just over 8 million. Now, Snafu said that I should sell off my microprocessors because I won't need it for the actual hyperdrive, which I agree with completely. But I'm going to hang on to them just for the moment, in case with my luck, I'm bound to find a ship that doesn't have a hyperdrive. That's the way I'm saying it. And while I've been away, we've got a few ships coming now. My preferred ship is probably a hauler, and that's probably going to be a little bit too rich for me, but you never know. We can give it a go, guys. I mean, it's not the most elegant hauler around. Let's see what we've got here. 28 slot hauler, B class. I mean, that's pretty good. And it's just over 9 million, so I'd have to get another million to actually get that. I mean, it's a pretty good hauler, actually. I mean, that's almost worth going down and actually gathering some more resources to actually buy that, actually, guys. Because if 28% shields plus 5%, let's see what else have they got here. I must admit, I do like explorers. And that looks like they always remind me a little bit of insects. And let's just see what he's got. But I do want to have a reasonable step up. That's a C class. It looks like wow, this is probably going to be a fighter. I don't particularly want a fighter unless it's really, really good. You can offer. That's a 24 slot fighter. I mean, that's not bad. B class, 21% damage, only 4 million. There's the hyperdrive. I'm very tempted, guys, actually. Let's have a look at the technology slots. Only got 4 technology slots. It's difficult. A fighter is not really something that I would normally focus on at the beginning of a new playthrough. I would normally prefer a hauler. I think I'm gonna kind of be a bit obtuse here, guys. I like that hauler. That means I'm gonna have to go and make another million credits. But one thing I do want to do is talk to one of these guys. I want one of them to give me and recommend leave. I'm hoping one of these will give me directions. Something they will direct you to a trading station. Barter. I wonder what we get for a barter. I mean, I'm wasting I've got a get relic. Thank you. Oh, come on. Normally these guys give you directions pretty quick. Ask for directions. Thank you. Alien monolith. That could be useful. And observe quietly. Okay, gonna observe quietly. And the other thing I do want to do is, seeing I've been given a Gek relic, if we talk to one of these guys, yeah, if we give him a Gek relic, this is a good way to actually improve your standing. And I think I need to get to level 3 so I can get some hazmat gloves. And we'll ask for directions again. That might override the alien monolith. Signal detected. No, it's going back to the ancient ruin. But the spider... Okay, what we're going to do, guys, I'm going off in a totally different direction than what I originally planned. I was just going to go and get a hyperdrive. Then we've met 20 aliens. Thank you. Right guys, here we are. If I can drop down here. Got on this ancient ruin. We're back on my favourite planet, because of course this is the planet that's got the caves, so we can do that. Destination reached. And what we should be able to do now. Right, so see what it says, ancient fragment. And what we need to do is just get in. Of course we should be able to tag them. If you tag them and just come up here, and this is ancient fragment, 25 meters, destination reached. It takes a little bit more to actually blast through to these. And we're just going to grab that. You can see we get an ancient key. And if you keep scanning around for these, and the one there, these often take a little bit more to dig out, because you've actually got to find a door. Probably a magic way of actually finding these, but I think that's the door there. And if we get in here, got 2. What you're looking for is 3 ancient keys. Okay, we've only got 2 here. Okay, that's annoying. 81 meters. I'm gonna need some ferrite actually, because I'm running out of ferrite. Come in here. Ancient fragment. Oh. Sometimes you've got to go quite deep to actually find them. Wow, this one is deep. Now got 3 ancient keys. Now what we should be able to find here is there it is there. Large artifact crate, that's what we're after. So we're just going to come here, destination reached. And again I'm going to be running out. And see, we've got the large artifact crate, and to unlock this we actually need the 3 keys. And what you get here is lost literature, and these are normally pretty valuable. So you can see there we've got 696,000 units, so it's certainly well worth actually mining these out, guys, if you've got the opportunity. And just to illustrate the point, now we're back on the cold planet again. You've got some more Albion Pearls. So I'm just going to go up and get those. I think from the early game perspective, before you can get to some of the more advanced stuff, guys, I think if a cold planet actually gives you more opportunities to make cash than other planet types. I mean, I know some of you guys are probably going to dispute that almost immediately, but I found that if you can find a cold planet within a short hop of the actual space station, wow, we got a couple of buried tech. Going to be a little bit of a gold mine here, and what I do need is actually some ferrite as well. The downside is on cold planets, ferrite is often quite in short supply. Just top that up. And what we're going to do, but on the positive side, you get no shortage whatsoever of actual carbon, because obviously these planets have lots and lots of trees on them. And I think we can pick these up as we go through. Yeah. Just grab a bit of this. If we grab on the walk, we'll actually be okay. A little bit of sodium there. And you can see how much time I've spent on this planet, because I've virtually scanned a lot of the various items. And I'm spending far too much time actually doing this. There's a lot more time than I actually originally planned. But I think it'd be worth it in the long term, guys. So we're just going to come up here, find the what we will do, come to the multi-tool. I need to top this up so that we've actually got necessary. And I think we're just going to gather up this buried tech and the other buried tech. There's some more buried tech around. Ships going over, that's often an indication of a trading station close by. If I walk past that buried tech again. I keep on doing this, guys. I get wrapped up into something and then I actually walk past it. Oops, nope. Terrain manipulator. There it is. Just gonna snag that. And I'm sure that I saw another one here. Although sometimes I've noticed that you get an echo. If you see two of these buried terrain here, the yellow indicators are for the Albion Pearls. Yeah, there's another one just down there. Yeah, it's only 107 away. And I'm going to make this up before we die. And I'm just going to walk down here. See if we can snag this before the local sentinel comes in and actually tries to kill us. And nice easy one. Another 3 salvage tech. I think that's more than enough that I'm going to need. Right, guys, here we are. We're back to the ship. I think it's now time to actually get here. So we're down to 50%. And get up into space. Yes. Space station. Don't know what the situation is with the tritium, but I'm not going to be too worried about it. And hopefully this will give us the money to buy that hauler. And with my luck, guys, although that hauler probably won't arrive now. If we can't get the hauler here, I will try and get a location for a trading station. and then we'll go down, because quite often the elevated trading stations are often a better source of good ships than actually up in the space station. So I'm just going to come here, and of course what we're going to do exactly what we did last time. I'm going to come in here and just going to load the cache, or make some cache is probably the better definition, and sell items, and right, I think we'll sell the salt, don't need it. Sell that, sell the Albion Pearls, sell the salvage technology. You can see we've now made over 9 million. I don't think I've got anything left in here. I'm still going to keep those microprocessors. So we've now got over 9 million. You to give me directions. Ask for directions. Xana's directions, a place of interest. Trading post, yes. But the freighter's very, very... Oh. I think we're going to go for the trading post, guys. See if we're going to chance my luck here. Yeah. Where are you going to send me? Probably going to... Oh, great. Don't want to fight you. That should cancel. Yep. I don't really have the firepower on this ship to fight pirates. I mean, I could have fought them, but it's easier just to fly, because I was so close to the space station anyway. It was just easier to fly in and cancel them. Right, we got another ancient ruin. Was that just that's just a monolith? Okay. Right, we're just going to head for the trading post and see if we will actually get a good ship. If not, if it's a complete bust, I will come back to the space station and actually snag that hauler. But I'm optimistic, guys. I'm optimistic. And I'm just going to curve off so I don't know there's another building just away. Drop down. Yeah, we're just going to land. Right, there's ships circling. I don't see anything that's... I mean, you can look up in the sky. It looks like there's shuttles. It looks like there's a... Looks like there might be a hauler up there. It looks very similar to the one that I've already on the trading station. What we can do is go and actually check out the loot. I mean, shuttles are fine, but they don't tend to have the all-round capability. It's a fighter here. Another shuttle coming in here. They look very similar to the fighter up there. Oh well. Victory of Yukon. What have we got here? What have we got for you? The 24 slots, B class. Pretty good, pretty good. And that is a pretty good ship all round. I know some of you guys that say, well, you should grab what you've got straight away, but I just want to hang around a little bit, because quite often the ships will re-land. You know, actually while we're doing it. And got a Corvex convergence cube. I was about to say I need one of those, but I don't need one of those in this area here. Right, there's a hauler over there. I must admit, I do prefer the... Oh, it's not a hauler, it's a shuttle. Oh, no, it's an explorer. Okay, we'll check this out. I must admit, I do like explorers though, I mean, because of the way they look like insects, but I'm not sure if this is what I'm here. Yeah, this is only a 16 slot. Not particularly that good. That's only one step up from. That's a hauler. That is another insect one. Let's check this out. I mean, I probably could go for a shuttle. That's a 15 slot. That's a waste of time. Right, there's a hauler. Finally got one. Run. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, it's not elegant, but this could be the ship I actually need. I think it's more a question of need rather than actual there. What have you got here? Make an offer for this. Right, this is a C-class. It's worse than the one up in the space station. Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay. I think this might be a bit of a bust, guys. I think I may have to go back to actual space station. I mean, this is the luck of the draw, guys. I mean, sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. This is the way it is sometimes. There's nothing else. Right, there's a ship coming. That looks like another shuttle. I suppose we can look at a shuttle. I mean, pretty ugly, huh? Okay. $19 slot, no. See what else is coming in. There's another freighter up there. That's a hauler. Sometimes you can get a lock on them, but I think what we're going to do is just check out. Right, we've got another hauler that's just come in here, guys. We're just going to check this out. See what this is. Make offer. Wow. I probably won't be able to afford this. I can guarantee it. Yeah, 15 million. A class, 30 slot. Yep. No, I think that's rubbing salt into the wound. I think. Okay. See what this guy's got to offer me. This is a 20 slot C class. No, don't want that. Yeah, that's disappointing, guys, but I'm not going to go out and collect any more cash for this. Should have bought the ship that I saw first, shouldn't I? Right, there's another hauler here. If we can grab this one. Looks a little bit more, not exactly elegant, but this is a 27 slot B class. Now this is 7 million. It's only got 2 tech slots though, but we got 1% shield. I think I've probably wasted enough of your time, guys, so I think this is what we're going to go for, and what I am going to do is transfer. Remember, when you buy ships, you always transfer everything you got, and the other thing you do is dismantle everything you can as well. So I can't dismantle much here, but we struck the deal, so, and I'm not going to buy it outright, I'm just going to exchange, and we've now got this ship here. Right, guys, so we are now the proud owner of a hauler. And as you can see here, the Awakenings step has moved forward now because we've actually got the warp drive, so I don't, as Snafu pointed out, I don't actually need the microprocessors, but I'm going to keep them for the moment. We'll keep that there. We'll keep the navigation data. We've got some tritium, and we've got a lot more space in here. And we've now got the hyperdrive. And now one of the downsides of haulers is the fact the height, or prior to the next update, they might have fixed it. You can actually get injured dropping out of a hauler. And I think I'm just aware that I've probably taken a lot more time doing this than I should have done. Apologies, guys. And right, signal. Let's get into amplify. Right, I think what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go for the anomalous broadcast, try and make a little bit of progress on this in-game tutorial. I must admit, that has taken a lot longer to do than I originally intended. But we have got a larger ship with a lot more capacity, which is, I think, in the early game, capacity in the ship is probably more important than the actual stats. And I think if you've got the ability to actually carry stuff and store stuff on your ship, you're more mobile, you can gather more resources, make a bit more cash, and I think that is quite important. Actually, what weapons do I get on here? I still don't have a actual there. I mean, we need to put the rockets back on. Shouldn't have done that, guys. I should have been paying attention. I'm a bit pointless beating my ship up. And right, this is an anomalous broadcast. This looks very much like a abandoned building, something. So I'm just going to drop down here. And yeah, I should have been paying attention there, guys. Now, tip, guys, unless you really want a tough fight, keep away from these things, whispering eggs. They're full of creatures that will want to come out and kill you immediately. I mean, if you fancy it, feel free to go for it, but obviously I'm not going to get into a bit of a tangle here. Make sure that there's nothing up in the roof. They often hide up in the roof. So we're just going to, well, we got the and terminal online, selecting key, decrypting. Success. The terminal is clogged with an unnerving pulsating slime, nevertheless it appears to function. When I touch it, the input panel of the alien substance reacts violently. I make a note to avoid getting closer. The device opens, revealing a single unblinking crimson eye. It deposits a sample of antimatter accompanied by a strange message. You will find us when the time is right. 1616, this is a number that's been quite common with Waking Titan, and we've actually got a there. And what did we get? So I've got there, and I think we got the formula now to actually make the for antimatter housing. Builds, offers shelters. Hyperdrive requires 1 warp fuel. Yeah. And to make the warp fuel, come in here. Here's the warp cell. And it says we need an antimatter housing, which we just so happen to have on our ship. But of course we can always make one. Now these are quite important because that gives us standing with the GEC. That, by getting standard, we should be able to get up and actually maybe get some hazmat gloves. Get down here. Might as well check the place out while we're here. Battery. Oh, thank you. So we can't transfer to the ship. Really need to get that tech installed in my ship. And get round here. Actually, I can actually install the warp drive while we're at it, because I've already. I'm just going to drop into here. Right. if I send the antimatter to the starship, you should be able to build the warp drive here. I mean, it's a cheat because I didn't actually manufacture it, but that's the way it is. That will progress the mission. Goop. Yeah, well, send that to the starship. Of course, I've got this photon cavern now for the starship, so that's a tech that I actually picked up off of some damaged machinery, so I think I can install this. And I'm just going to, I think I'm just going to shove it there, because then when we get the proximity bonus, that gives us a bit more damage and a bit more heat dissipation. That gives a bit more clout to our ship. We've got efficient thrusters in the wrong place. Again, I'm not sure what the benefit of this actually is, simply because the minus 20% off of half is a kind of relative bonus actually, guys. Right, got loads of sodium. I think I'm going to dump some of that. I don't really need it. I'm just going to sort this out. I think the convergence cube can go to the ship along with the selfish technology now, because we've got space. And what I want to do is just have a quick look, guys. Now if you come to the log milestones here, come and look at the GEC. We are now got level 3 standing with the GEC, which means if we can find a place that trades tech, we should be able to get the hazmat gloves. But that would be for the next part, guys. I think what I'm going to do, seeing we're down here, so we might as well make a bit of cash while we're here. So we're just going to actually claim the base, auras wheeled, and of course what we're going to do is exactly the same as we've done before. Thank you. And I'm just going to mark that there. I'm going to go and collect that off camera. Right, I've actually just noticed the time. I'm actually probably going over long with this video, so I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will follow our destiny. I think I'm just going to start walking towards this over here, because I want to collect this so that we can make a little bit more cash, or maybe unlock some tech in our base. But this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.